Welcome to class. My name is Charlie and this is Movement Medicine, a 20-minute prescription for your body to make you feel good. When you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. Go ahead and come down to a kneeling position. Then walk the hands forwards. Rest the forehead on the mat. Let's settle in for child's pose to get started. If the shoulders are feeling a little bit tight, then you can rest the arms by your side with the palms facing up. And as you find the posture that works for you, begin to check in with your body. Notice how you feel right now. And start to tune into your breath. Beginning to breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. No need to force the breath in any way, just let it come and go as it will. In these next few moments, begin to observe any areas where you feel tight or tense in your body. And with each exhale, begin to soften into those areas, letting go another layer of tension with each breath out. Let's take a big breath in together. And a long exhale, sigh it out. One more breath like this. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, empty out. Reaching the arms forwards if they aren't already. Let's come up into tabletop, hands and knees position. Spread your fingers wide, create a really stable base. Then on your next inhale, go ahead and drop the belly, open the chest. You can gaze up if it feels good for your head and neck. Exhale around the spine, press the floor away. Inhale, lower the belly, open the chest. Maybe even a roll back with the shoulders, get a little bit more space. Exhale around the spine, really press away from the ground, draw the chin to the chest. Inhale, lower the belly, find your back bend. Exhale to round the spine. Last time, inhale, lower the belly down, chest opens up. Exhale and round the spine, pushing away from the ground. Come back to a neutral spine, so it's like a flat back position. With an inhale, reach the right arm up, twist open to the right side. Exhale, thread the right arm under the left, lower the shoulder and the head to the mat, and then walk the left hand to the top of the mat. Then let your body soften into position. So there's no need to be strong here. You can let the mat completely support you. Come back to your deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, let it go. One more breath like this, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Come back up to tabletop. Reset the hands. Then with your next breath in, reaching left arm up, twist open to the left. Exhale, thread left arm under right. Lower the head and the shoulder. Then walk the right hand to the top of the mat. Soften into the ground. This is one of those beautiful postures where it really invites you to surrender to the ground. So there's no need to make it look a certain way or or be strong or together. You really can just let yourself go. Let's stay for one more deep breath in. A long breath out. And come back up to tabletop. And spreading your fingers wide. Begin to tuck your toes. Lift the hips, come up to downward facing dog. And taking a couple breaths to settle in here, you can pedal out the legs, pedal out the hands, find any movements that feel good for your body. Because it's your movement medicine. And the prescription that you need for your body is totally different to anybody else. Go ahead and settle into stillness. Press into the hands and the feet. Then look to the top of your mat and start to take little steps. Walk the feet to the hands. Come into forward fold. Keeping a bend in the knees, take a hold of the elbows. Let's sway it out. Hanging out in ragdoll. Start to slow down your movements so you come to an eventual standstill. With an inhale, bring the hands to the thighs, lift the chest halfway, keep gazing down so the head and neck is relaxed. Then lower the hands and step the right foot back. Lower the knee for low lunge. With a breath in, reaching the arms tall, create lots of space. And as you exhale, cactus the arms, relax the shoulders down the back. And you can draw the chest forwards a little bit, create lots of space in the front of your body. Let's take a big breath in together. With your exhale, plant the hands on the mat and straighten out the front leg. Flex the foot and fold forwards. And this can feel intense pretty quickly for the front leg. So if you need to modify, find a little bit more of a bend at the knee. And start to connect back to your breath. And observe what is happening in your body right now. Do you need a little bit more from this pose, or is it better if you backed off a little bit and took it easier? So you can think of each pose as like a prescription and you're just finding the right dosage. What is the best way to serve your body? Lift the chest, bend the front leg, bring the foot back under the knee. And then start to let the knee come forward so the hips can begin to sink down. So coming into hip flexor territory. You can keep the fingertips on the ground, or if you prefer, you can bring the hands to the front leg, relaxing the shoulders down the back, feeling that tension just roll off the upper back. And letting the hips sink down and forwards, really softening into the lower body. Take a big breath in. And at the end of your exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Start by tucking the back toes, lift the knee. And then step back to plank pose. Press the ground away from you. Draw the belly button to the spine. And lower the knees. Shift the body forwards as you bend the elbows, lower all the way down to the belly. Bring the forearms in front of you for sphinx pose. And keeping the gaze down so the head and neck stays relaxed. Begin to pull yourself forwards. You're opening the chest to the front of your mat. And at the same time, roll the shoulders back. So creating lots of space in the front body. Take a big breath in. At the end of your exhale, go ahead and press back to downward facing dog. And you can take a couple of these little movements in between just to create lots of space. And settling back into stillness, gaze forwards. And step the right foot, forwards. Lower the back knee. Reach the arms up with a big breath in. As you exhale, open the arms out into cactus. Feel the shoulders roll down the back. Letting go of some more of that tension residing around the upper back and shoulder area. Lower the hands to the mat, straighten out the front leg. Flex the foot as you straighten the leg and then fold forwards. And again, if this is feeling really intense for the front leg, keep a little bit more of a bend in the knee. And start to decide what the right dosage of this posture is for you. Do you need a little bit more, or is it better to have less? Amazing. Inhale, lift the chest. Bend the front leg. And as you come back through to your lunge, let the knee come forwards past the ankle so the hips are moving forwards and down. And you can use the fingertips on the ground for stability, or you can bring the hands to the front thigh. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest forwards. Beginning to deepen your breath even more, maybe even closing down the eyes. So you're bringing your attention back to what is going on in your body. Lower the hands to the mat and let's step it back to plank pose. Press the floor away from you, take a big breath in. And you can lower the knees if you're modifying, or if you want to join me through chaturanga, start by coming forwards onto the tiptoes, bring the shoulders past the wrists, and bend the elbows and lower the body in one line as you come down to the belly. You can bring the forearms to the mat if you're taking sphinx, or you can join me through cobra. Hands stay under the shoulders. Pull the chest forwards, roll the shoulders back as the chest lifts. And begin to find like a little spider shape through the hands so you can really press down through the fingertips. Then drawing the chest forwards. Keep a bend in the arms as you roll the shoulders back. Take a big breath in. Exhale all the air out. Let's take it back to downward facing dog. Set your hands and your feet. And then step the feet as wide as your mat. And begin to walk the hands in towards the legs. So you're coming up into a straddle fold. And you can keep the hands or the fingertips on the mat, or you can reach for the backs of the legs or the heels. Begin to fold in a little bit further. Let your head and neck relax. Allow the posture to work its magic without needing to force anything at all. Lift the chest halfway and walk the hands forwards. Step the feet back to downward facing dog. Then lower the knees to the mat to come into tabletop. Sit back on your heels And swing the legs all the way around. Come down and lie on the back. As you settle into the mat, bend the knees, bring the feet close to the backs of the hips. And you can bring your hands to your hips just to feel this action. Press into the feet, lift the hips, and then tuck your tailbone and lower the hips down. So what we're looking is to get rid of the space between the lower back. So now lower back has lots of support from the ground. Cross your left ankle over the right knee. And then pick up the right foot so that you can reach around the back of the right leg. Begin to hug the right leg in towards the chest to increase the stretch. And if you want a little bit less, then you don't need to draw the leg in quite as much. Let the shoulders stay relaxed. So we're just letting the legs do a little bit of work here whilst the rest of your body gets to relax. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And lower the right foot, release the hands from the back of the leg, and we'll switch the cross of the leg. So now right ankle is over left knee. Then pick up the left foot to bring the hands around the back of the left leg. And you can begin to draw the leg in towards the chest to increase the stretch. And if you want a little bit less, then you don't need to draw the leg in as close. Option to close down the eyes so that you're drawing your attention back into your body. Especially if you're one of those people like me who gets distracted quite easy. Sometimes all I need to do is close my eyes and then I'm back in my body. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, release the hold of the leg, lower the foot, and then lower the right foot down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest, bring the body into a ball, give yourself a giant hug. And we'll just hold it here, taking a moment to say an internal thank you for showing up, for prescribing your body this movement medicine. Take a big breath in as you hold your legs close. As you exhale, let go of the legs, straighten them down to the mat. Relax the arms either side your body and we'll soften into the ground for Savasana. Relax your shoulders down your back and let your body take up space. Spending these final moments to soak in the effects of the practice. Whatever feelings or emotional states that you've cultivated, take this time just to store that away as a resource so that you can come back to this feeling whenever you need. You can take as much time here as you need. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again next time. Namaste.